Let me look that up.
I know.
I want to look up the band name because it just all it sounded like to me was. I just felt like in a club everybody be doing this. Everybody just
like the wacky wavy inflatable arms.
Yeah.
Too bad.
Dude, I want to go. I don't care if there's a club out there where people are going.
Yeah.
I want to
I
go.
want to check that out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm going to walk in there and open that door. Oh, I'm right.
Yeah, just get in there with them.
Heck yeah, dude. 100%, man. Hey, blast off. I can talk my ass off. Hey, Smokey, what you seen, and I'll tell you what I saw.
Hollywood, what you think, and I'll tell you what I thought.
And we can talk about it all when we here on Trash Talk. Hey. What's going on, everybody? We're back with another episode of the Trash Talkers Podcast.
We made it.
We made it.
Yeah, we did.
What it do, what it look like, what it smell like, what it is, what it ain't.
Everything.
It smell like everything?
It smell like everything today.
Damn.
Yeah, man. Crazy times, crazy times. I heard a lot of astronomy stuff that I don't even remember right now. I remember seeing something throughout the week, like I'll see a video or something, and I'll be like, man, I got to bring that up on the podcast. And then when we get in front of the podcast, I'm like, I don't remember what the hell that was.
Off camera, y'all, I'm just giving you a little peek behind the curtain. Smokey's very into gematria and things like that, but
especially sports related.
Smokey has a sports podcast. The link is down in the description. If you want to check it out, go check it out.
We actually did an episode last week about conspiracies and scripting the NFL.
Well, they thought the Ravens and the 49ers.
Yeah.
But
now it doesn't looking like that. Yeah.
Not looking like it.
Yeah.
Man, what's going on with me?
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. Bro, something's up. It maybe because of my diet, but I have been eating ribeye steak and Brussels sprouts. I am not joking, for the past probably month. And my entire body is sore. Like, everything on me is sore. I don't know if that has to do with my diet, but
I know what the vegans will tell you. That's meat is a carcinogen.
Yeah, but what would the people who say, hey, a carnivore? I'm literally I'm 50-50 and I'm a carnivore.
It's so divisive though, because people fight over that. Like, the vegans get so hardcore into it, and so do the carnivore people. You know, they get so into it and they just go at each other over it.
You think my diet has anything with me to be sore right now?
I doubt it. It's probably because you're coming off of that virus.
Bro, that was 5 months
Doesn't matter, man. A bad virus will mess your system up for a long, long time.
Man, you know, like, I remember when I used to, like, swim and play football and basketball, my, like, our coaches would come up to, because our basketball and our football coach was the same coach, and he was like, this is how I know, we would all be lined up, right, and he'll come up to everyone, he'd be like, did you do your push-ups, did you do your sit-ups, and he would be like, this is how I'm gonna know if I know you did your push-ups, and he would do this. He'd push you, and if you did that to me right there,
if you got the pump or not,
hurts.
That too. Yeah.
Like, he'll do it, and if you're like, it hurts, and he's like, that's how I know you've been hitting.
They used to do that in wrestling too.
But what's crazy, that doesn't hurt me. So why am I sore? I don't know.
Been doing no push-ups.
Yeah, but you would think. I thought soaring, if your body soars, it usually comes from the tearing activity of muscle.
Yeah, but it's not always. I mean, you could be doing something in your diet, or, like I said, a virus, something mess your system up to where it's actually breaking down the muscle. Because that's how you get sore. When you physically exercise, you're actually making tiny little
cuts,
tears in the muscle. And that's why it gets sore.
So is that not what's going on with me? Maybe I've been lifting too much and stuff? Or
not unless you've been doing something completely different than you usually do.
I ain't gonna tell you about the position.
I mean, if you've just been working, and you've been working at that job for how many years, it ain't gonna be no different.
I've been doing some work, all right.
Yeah.
But no, I don't know. Maybe it is my diet. I don't know. But I enjoy it, and dang it, I make the best ribeye and freaking Brussels sprouts. Y'all have to try. I'm gonna have to cook you one day, Smoked Dog. Y'all, let's get into the top 3 comments of last podcast. And again, later on in the episode, we're gonna do WTF, and it does not stand for it stands for
what the Florida.
It absolutely does. So all you guys have to do is just leave your day, or your month and your day of what your birthday is, and we will read the craziest stories out of Florida that comes from your birthday. But let's read the top 3 comments from last podcast.
Yeah.
And that what was the last podcast topic? Do you remember?
Oh, what was it?
It was she's my. Why did that just pop in my
Cherry
head?
pie?
I don't know why.
It
It was does your partner have to enjoy the same music?
Yeah,
as
that's
you?
right. Yes.
All right, so the number 3 most liked comment comes from Krista Spetz. Shout out to you, Krista Spetz. Krista Spetz says, excuse me, I've personally loved all types of music. I think who you've been around, what you grew up hearing from your family members' music to where you're from / grew up and the music people played that you heard, etc. definitely influences your music taste. I grew up on the east side. Shout out to the east side. East side in Salinas, California. Salinas, California. Most of my friends who were Latino and listened to reggaeton and mariachi. Reggaeton and mariachi, and a genre called freestyle music, which I still love reggaeton and freestyle today. My stepdad played blues and bluegrass, still into that too, and my mama would play Stevie Nicks and Heart Records, and Stevie Nicks is one of my favorite artists. Shout out Stevie Nicks. Anyway, along the way along the way in life, the different people I met turned me onto so many genres of music that I jam all kinds of music. This very day, am I polyamorous?
Polyamorous.
Damn straight I am.
Yeah.
LMAO. Ha ha ha. Shout out, Krista. We appreciate your love and
Absolutely.
support. The number 2 most liked comment from last podcast comes from Linda Coy. Shout out Linda Coy.
Yeah.
Who actually gave us the idea to start asking
Yes.
you guys to leave your birthday just a month in the day in the comments to read your what the Florida. Shout out Linda. Linda's comment says, it's not a requirement to enjoy the same music, but it sure helps. Quote unquote. How many people in Florida fight with food?
Yeah, that's the question.
Yes, but for real, it comes up all the time. Shout out,
It
Linda.
does, yeah.
The number 1 most liked comment from last podcast comes from Ken Bober. Ken Bober says, I'll say it. I didn't hang out with anyone in high school. I was ousted just because I was a metalhead in a school of rap and country. It was also a big Spanish music area too. Trust me, you can have way too much cowbell in a song. But back about 12 years ago, my ex and I had a great system. Since my license was suspended, she would play her music when we were driving and out and about. She was big into pop music or whatever that music that requires 8 writers to write, work, whatever you want to call that. And at home, it was pure satanic death metal. Shout out to her. And whatnot. We would also take turns for concerts. I think she enjoyed my concerts just because we were together. I hated her music, but I went and smiled because it was for her. Aww.
Yeah. I think I said that last week also, that there's a lot of pop music that you hear and you're like, this is not that bad, but you're conditioned to hate it because I'm into this niche genre.
Yeah.
So I'm supposed to hate it.
Yeah.
But you can go to one of them concerts and be like, yeah, that's a jam right there.
Why do you think we're conditioned to hate it?
I think it's just, like I said, the social classes. I think people identify themselves with the music they listen to, and that determines their social class, so they fit in. And people are confrontational. People are pack animals. They want to go, okay, this is my group. I don't like that group. It's the same reason wars have happened all throughout history.
I'm a ride with you there because, like you said, humans are pack animals. You ride with who you ride with.
Yeah.
Like, there's been times when me and you have done songs, you're like, oh, I F with this, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna give you $5 for gas because I don't know if I'm gonna ride with you yet. But then you make a loop around the cul-de-sac, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna ride with you.
Yeah.
But we're pack animals, so yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where you want to be inclusive and you want everyone in your group to kind of like the same thing. I agree.
I mean, there's certain, like, say there's a group in high school that you wanted to fit in with. You're like, those kids are cool. I don't really listen to that music. But if you want to fit in with them, you'll start listening to it. and then you grow to like that music.
Next thing you know, you're wearing Jinko jeans.
Yep.
You got a lip tattoo.
Yeah, you get your eyebrow pierced.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, do you remember people shaving off their eyebrows?
Yeah, I do.
It's like, are you happy or sad right now?
I know.
I don't know how. What's your expression? Like, bruh, guess what just happened, bro? That new Mario just came. I'm finna go play it, and he's just like,
straight face.
your eyebrows aren't doing nothing. Are you happy? Should we high five? What are we doing
You
here?
just gotta look for the rolls in the forehead.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. Nah, today we have an interesting topic. Today we asked the question, Smoke Dog.
Mm-hmm.
Why are so many kids these days into the 80s and 90s
Yeah, absolutely.
genre?
Yeah, that is absolutely.
Or the
question.
80s and 90s vibe of music.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
Yeah, I think there's a few factors actually. I mean, one is that maybe the music is just not as substantial as it was back then.
Break that down.
You know, remember when we were young and we were into hip hop, and the older hip hop guys were saying hip hop was dead, right? They're like, because they just don't make it like they used to.
But okay, go ahead. Because
Yeah.
we kind of say that now.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
like,
that's
we've
what
seen-
happens. The
yeah.
older you get, you know, you look back. So when you have kids, you start telling them, nah, that's garbage that you're listening to. You got to check out this stuff,
Yeah.
you know. But for some reason, when we were kids, we would hear the older music and be like, that's cringy, Mom. I don't want to hear that. You know, or whatever old head was playing it for you, know, like, yeah, like, okay. Or you humor them and be like, yeah, that's all right, you know. But then you get in your car, you're like, turning on that Master P. Yeah. But now that doesn't seem to happen.
No.
Nowadays, the kids listen to the old music and they're like, yeah, that's pretty good. Like, I'd rather be listening to this. So maybe there is something of substance that has been lost in newer music.
Really?
Yeah, that's just one idea.
I mean, I don't know. You know, I remember we did a reaction, and you were like, I can't remember. It might have been Depeche Mode, actually. But we were like, dude, when we were kids, we hated this.
Yeah.
But then we grew up and was like, hey,
Yeah.
this is hard.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Because that was a slight generation before us when that stuff was being bumped.
So could you not say the same for the kids these days that say, hey, I didn't like it when I was 10. Now that I'm 20, it's like, oh, I see why Dad was jamming this.
Yeah.
Can
yeah.
you?
Yeah, that happens. Yeah, absolutely. But also, when we listen to, like, you know, I loved the music of the early 2000s, or the into the 2000s, from 2000 to 2010. I loved it at that time. But when I go back and listen to music, I'm like, the 90s was better.
Dude, but see, that's nostalgic for you.
Maybe it is.
It's nostalgia
Maybe it is.
for you because, or for us actually, it's nostalgia because it's like, I really think it has something to do with us being rappers and being musicians and making our own music and us being, like, during that 80s, 90s, or 90s time, when we're growing up, our prefrontal lobe is developing. So you riding in the car with, what's his name?
Oh, Nate?
Nate.
Yeah.
You hated it.
Yeah.
How old would you say you were at the time?
Oh, like 15, 16.
Okay. Right when your prefrontal lobe cord, they say, I think a man's doesn't fully develop until 25, I think.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Something
Yeah.
like that. So 15, it's probably just starting. So you're like, so 15 prior, you're like, man, I'm jamming Master P.
Yeah.
I'm jamming 3-6 Mafia.
Yeah.
So he comes in and he plays The Cure. And you're like, your prefrontal lobe cortex is like, dude, I love Gangsta Boo. I love Playa Fly. I love Juicy J. I love Master P.
Yeah.
I know you don't like
Silk?
Silk.
Nah, I
Stop
didn't
it.
like Silk.
I like Silk. You be like, God, I love C Murder.
Yeah.
And then he comes in and is, you just like,
No.
bro, just please get me out of this
I'm
car.
like, what are you listening to?
But-
But see, he was more developed, I guess.
But
than
see,
me.
he was older than you, right?
Yeah, like a year, maybe.
Hey, that 1 year could make a big difference.
Yeah.
Dude, I got a nephew that he's 13 now, but he does like football and basketball, and right now all that's out of season. So right now he's wrestling, bro. This kid went from being just like your typical leave me alone, I don't want to talk to you, playing video games. Within 1 year, he's 13.
Yeah.
Now he's captain of the wrestling team.
Yeah.
Captain of the football team. He benches 165 At 13.
Yeah.
It's like that 1 year. So that 1 year that you were with Nate, that it could have just changed. That Nate was more mature into music. And now it probably took you 5 years. Maybe his prefrontal cortex just developed faster than yours.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe so. Yeah, he was respecting that music of that era in other genres at that.
Did you not respect it, though?
I don't know. I just found it corny and cringy.
Did you respect it? Keep it real. Keep it real.
No, I made fun of him.
Me too. Thank you. I did not respect it.
I was joning him the whole way.
Oh, man, if you don't turn his lame, man.
I remember we were at school and he's like, he just gave me hell all the way to school, telling other kids this, just for listening to The Cure. And, of course, the other dudes are like, the hell is The Cure?
They like, hey, man, you heard that new Ghetto D?
Exactly.
Man, I get it. I get it. I don't know, but a lot of things, going back to the nostalgia thing, I think kids nowadays, they're so much more exposed.
Yeah, see, that's another idea. Could be social media, the internet.
Oh, come on, bro. That has
the
a huge
access to it.
Bro, I saw somewhere where, was it a YouTube short or Instagram short? But it was like a kid. He was like from 0 to 5, and he's out there playing with his trucks. He's shooting basketball, getting dirty, and then he's eating dinner at the table with his parents, all happy. And then they gave him an iPad at 5 to 10, and then when they would take the iPad away, he's not playing basketball anymore. He's not playing with his trucks anymore. So that simple device that they gave him literally switched his personality. So it could have been like you said, social media. I mean. Social media is y'all know that famous quote by Rick James is a hell of a drug. Social media is a hell of a drug.
Yeah. Think about the band t-shirts that kids were wearing when we were in school. It was all, see, that's the thing. It was all new stuff. Like, if you saw kids wearing band t-shirts, it was like Korn. You would see the random Master P or
I don't know if I've ever seen a Master P.
Oh, I did. Yeah. A Tupac, definitely Tupac.
I might have seen the Master P with the tank and him out like.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I might have seen that.
So you would see those shirts, but you didn't see anything like, maybe occasionally. There's that one girl that dresses like a hippie and wears a Grateful Dead shirt or something.
Shout out to them.
Yeah, but nowadays, the kids aren't wearing, a Jack Harlow shirts at school.
No, they're wearing old school.
Yeah, they're wearing Tupac, they're wearing Nirvana, they're wearing Megadeth or Metallica or AC/DC. There's some kind of cultural thing that's happening to where the kids are all into the music from the past rather than the music of now.
You know what? Shout out. I'm not gonna say her name, but shout out to a young lady that works at the liquor store. Obviously, she's 21 or up to work at a liquor store.
Of course.
But she wears like a Metallica shirt or Guns N' Roses, and every time I go in that liquor store, I'm like, name me one song by Metallica.
Yeah.
I'll get you next time.
Yeah.
And then I came in Guns N' Roses. Name me one song. But then again, that makes me kind of a douche. Because it's like, I couldn't have did that at 25. I couldn't have did that.
Yeah.
So, and I'm like, who am I? Who am I to say, first of all, I don't care what you wear. Wear whatever you want to wear. If you think it's cool, if that's the trend, I don't care. But do you find it a little, what do you think it is? Well, first of all, do you find it disrespectful? And or what do you think it is about them wearing the older bands? Like, is it disrespectful for you not know one song by a band and you wear it?
It's a little weird. I don't think it's disrespectful because you're still helping that artist out. You bought their t-shirt, so you're still helping them out regardless whether you listen to them or not. But I think it could also open up the door for more kids to explore that artist.
Well, that goes back to the social media thing, man. Like, dude,
and it's so easy to find. When we were kids, we had the radio. And that's so there's like 10 songs that you know.
I said this on a podcast, but it's like Tribe Members Trash Talkers. Y'all remember when you would be like me and Smokey would stay up late and listen to Love Line.
Oh yeah.
Or what was it? Coast to Coast FM.
Coast to Coast AM.
You don't need to do that anymore. But like, how many of y'all remember? Like, you would stay up to see what the top 5 biggest songs are here on HA 1234. We've got the big 5 at 5.
Or BET After Dark. ECW at 2 a.m.
Oh my God, that
You don't get that feeling anymore. These kids don't get that feeling because it's all on demand at any given time.
At the literally at the.
But dude, there was something. It was almost a euphoria to get you stay up late and wait for that one show to come on.
Dude, I remember here in Atlanta, ECW used to come on like at 2 a.m.
Yes.
And I'm talking ECW. We're talking about people falling from 30 feet, getting hit by chairs.
Yeah, something we had never experienced before.
I remember staying up, and I felt like if my mom came in, she would be more okay with me watching Skinamax versus ECW. Like,
it was hardcore.
Like
for
Skinamax,
sure.
okay, that's 10 o'clock. Mom in the bed. All right.
Yeah.
Then I stay up for a few more hours. All right, Mama's still asleep. And I'd open the door. All right, she's snoring. I put on ECW, I see. And then Mama come out, boy, you still up? I'm like, oh. And she's thinking I'm watching, inappropriate material. Well, it is inappropriate.
I mean, it kind of was, yeah.
But I would be more, back then when I was a kid, I'm talking like 10, 11. I feel like my mom would have been, y'all just don't know my mama. I feel like my mom would be more okay with me watching Skinamax than some dude getting pile driven into a freaking table with blood running down his face.
Getting cut up with barbed wire.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think there's several factors that lead into it. Like I said, there was the radio back in the day that only pushed the new stuff to us. Mm-hmm. So we thought that was what we're supposed to listen to, right?
Isn't that propaganda, though?
I mean, I guess kind of in a way. Yeah, that was main. What was it called? That was big music. Like Big Pharma is big music.
Propaganda brainwashing. This is what that was.
Yeah. It's the big time record labels that were pushing the artists they wanted to push.
Yeah.
And so they would just go and pay the radio station, play this song.
Yeah.
This many times.
And even if the song was horrible,
it
doesn't matter. If that label put X amount of dollars into that, then they're gonna pay X amount of dollars to all these radio stations to where eventually, like, dude, this song sucks. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna give you a true story.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is. Dude, when I first heard that, I'm like, turn this off. But
it was weird.
Yes, but after they kept pushing it, and you're like, okay, this is actually kind of hard. But that's programming.
Yeah. I tell you the truth though, I had the opposite effect with Eminem. Because, I liked the new stuff. When it would come out, I'd buy the new album and be
You liked Hi, My Name Is when it first came out?
I did, because everybody at school started talking about it, and they were like, y'all heard the new White Boy? Like, I don't know, I got to check this out. So I heard it, and I'm like, he's kind of clever, though. Like, he would say some clever stuff in there.
But it was weird. The very first time you heard Hi, you were okay with it?
I'll admit it was weird. It was weird. I even thought that Bubba Sparks sounded weird the first time I heard him.
Bubba Sparks went hard. But,
it's gonna get dirty.
Yeah. But I'm from the South. You from the South. I'm going to support anybody from the South.
Yeah, absolutely. And he was really the first, like, country rapper to go big. I mean, that was before Field Mob and Nappy Roots and all that.
Field Mob came before Bubba Sparks.
Not on the radio.
Okay, not on the radio, but they were out before.
Yeah, they might have been out before, but that was when the radio was pushing it, We had to listen to whatever the radio told us to listen to.
See?
Because
just stop. Did you just hear the words you just said?
Yeah, we had to listen to whatever the radio told us.
Told you?
Yeah.
That's programming, bro.
Yeah, because other than that, you're going to the record store and you're digging through these. You're like, I don't know who Three Beam Circus is.
Did you when you went to the record store? Did you do it on what album cover looked cool?
Yes, absolutely.
Me too.
I found a lot of cool stuff, but I also found a lot of garbage doing that.
With me, dude, remember, like, again, I'm speaking from being a hip hop fan back then, but remember, like, all the Cash Money, like, remember BG's album? He's sitting up there and got the platinum, and
that was genius marketing.
And I'm like, I don't know what this is, but this look fire. Pastor Troy in the church with the AK-47 with the bullets, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
like
that was like, Master P.
Yeah,
I want to say Travis O'Gwen had a lot to do with that too.
Who?
Travis O'Gwen. He's a music producer. He I want to say he did stuff for NWA.
Travis who?
O'Gwen. I think he's the head of Strange Music these days. But
damn, he's still at it?
Yeah.
Shout out Travis Kelce.
Yeah, Travis Kelce. Right city, though. Kansas City.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But anyway. What were we talking about?
I don't know, dude. No, we were talking about how the radio made you listen to.
Do you think kids get that feeling though that we had going to the record store and flipping through the CDs and just picking out something they don't have like they could flip through YouTube and be like, oh, that's a cool thumbnail.
You know what? No. A lot of I know a lot of the youth, and I'm not even gonna say the youth, but a lot of people now, you know, you remember like a year ago it was like the Spotify. What's your top 10 Spotify?
Yeah,
Remember that? You know what I'm talking about? Like I think a lot of, you know, the youth and I can't really say the youth, but I think a lot of people nowadays, like you have a For You page, like a Spotify is like a Facebook or an Instagram. You're scrolling, you're like, oh, that looks cool. Let me hear it. You don't okay, you listen 30 seconds, I don't like it. So you're doing the same thing, but you're just not you're not doing this, you're doing this. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I will say something about the YouTube suggestions though in music. Like I'll pull it up and it'll, you know, you'll find like this last like 10 songs you listen to, that'll be in there in the For You. But then there's some other stuff I'm like, I don't even listen to that genre. Like, why are you pushing that song to me?
Well, did you listen to it?
Not all of them. Sometimes I do.
Yeah, see, that's the thing.
And sometimes I even listen to the ad, like the artists who push their ads and they'll have like 300 views. I'll check them out because I'm like, this is a struggling artist. Let me see what they sound like. Just some good stuff in there, man.
Dude. Like, with me, man, and I'm sure your phone's the same way, but obviously the phones know what you're talking about, what we're listening to, what you're searching. So, like, because we do so much here, bro, we do so much here, like a variety of music.
It's all mixed up.
I'm getting... I found out there's this thing called Jellycore. Jellycore. Have you heard of that?
No.
Jellycore. It's like where it's like... it's hard to explain. It's like everything's just.
I want to check it out.
It's weird, dude. It's like
it's all like wavy.
Yeah, it's like
flangers and stuff.
That's the best way I can describe. I wish there was more words, but it's just
the underwater effect, maybe.
No, it ain't even that. Like that's the only word I can. It's I don't know, bro. You'll have to check it out.
I do. I want to check.
You gotta check it out. But yeah, and it's like, why am I being suggested this? But it's because. It's what so much we check out and so much. You know what I'm talking about?
They're like, you have an eclectic mix. Here, try this weird thing.
Sure. You know what? And I want to say it was actually I think I discovered that actually our three when we did our top 3 guilty pleasures.
Oh yeah.
Damn, I wish. I want to. Let me look that up.
I know.
I want to look up the band name because it just all it sounded like to me was. I just felt like in a club everybody be doing the. Everybody just
like the wacky wavy inflatable arms.
Yeah.
Too bad.
Dude, I want to go. I don't care if there's a club out there where people are going. I want to go.
I want to check that out.
Yes. Yeah. Dude, I'm going to walk in there and open that door. Oh, I'm right.
Just get in there with them.
Heck yeah, dude. 100%, man. 100%,
Tip
man.
the DJ.
Man, I don't know, dude. You know, I don't ever want to be one of those people to be like, oh, this new generation of music sucks. I don't ever want to be that person.
Me either.
I'm so, and I think you are as well. We're so open-minded to where, especially, this channel would not be a thing if we weren't open-minded.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be that person to where, you know, I'm 60, 70, 80 years old, and I'm like, that's not what I wanted to hear. You know, it's like, to me, music just is going to continue to evolve. I don't care what genre.
Yeah.
I don't pick a genre. I don't care. It's going to evolve. And I just appreciate music that much to where it just evolves.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, can I say one more thing? I saw this lady. She was like, she might have been, you know, her mid 40s, you know, early 50s, something like that. And she was like, when I turn 80 and my kids are going to play music. And then she was like, she's like, I'll tell you what the hit song was when I was 32. And she was like, ba-da-dum, boom, boom, ba-dum, boom, da-da-dum. To the window, to the wall,
To the wall.
till the sweat drops down my balls.
Wow.
All these females crawl.
Growl.
Oh, skeet skeet mup. Oh, skeet skeet got. I got. I mean, but that's our That's our.
That's classic.
That's
to us.
classic to us.
Yeah. That is crazy. I know we've talked about it before, but man, it's crazy to think that 90's is classical music.
And I still rock it.
Yeah. That's what I always said. Remember when we were kids, you had, on the rock stations in general, you had New Rock, 99X. You had
Classic rock. Soft rock.
We had Classic Rock that was, 96 Rock?
Yeah.
And then Oldies. There was an oldies station.
That was like the 50s, 60s.
Yeah. So
70s.
think about that. That was 40 years old, right? Damn. Nirvana is going to be an oldie.
Damn.
It ain't going to be long till you turn on the oldie station, if anybody ever actually listens to terrestrial radio anymore, but you're going to turn on the oldie station.
And you're going to hear, oh, I'm still alive.
Yeah. All oldies, all day. 97.5. Here is Nirvana.
Dude, that's actually so Pearl Jam. But that's the greatest song. For me to just pull that out like an oldie.
Yeah.
I'm still alive.
Yeah.
That's great, dude. Heck yeah, man.
Yeah. It's crazy to think, though.
100%. To all the trash talkers out there, if you guys got kids, give me an age range. Like what are the
Oh, man. From 13 to 23.
Yeah, if any trash talkers out there have any kids that are between, let's say 10.
13 is when you start picking out your own music.
Okay, let's say 13 to 25.
Yeah.
13 to 25. If y'all have any kids out there that are that age, just go ask them. What do you listen to? What do you like? Like, and also ask, do they have any like retro? Like, I guarantee you, anybody watching this right now who's 18, God dang it, I can't say you don't know who Rush is, because Rush is huge.
Yeah, well, we wouldn't have known at 18.
Well, we didn't know it.
Exactly.
And we you know what? You're right, man.
Nate might have known about it. I don't know. But
it's
I
just,
dang sure didn't.
I damn sure didn't either, man. But I'm glad we did, and we have to thank you guys for that. But yeah, guys, seriously, go to your kids. If you have a child that's between 13 and 25, and you want to know why they listen to this, we want to know as well. Leave it down in the comment section.
Ask them what their favorite songs are and see if they name something from the 90s or not.
Or see if go with what Smokey did. See if they have an old school shirt and just say, can you name one song?
Yeah.
And if they do, cool, we'll leave it in the comments. If they don't, leave it in the comments. We'll show.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm curious to see that. You want to do some WTF, Smoke Dog?
Yeah, let's do some WTF.
Let's do some What the Florida. What is going on here? Okay. All right, so What the Florida. Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
All right, first What the Florida comes from Haley.A. Shout out Haley.A. Haley.A's birthday is May 9th.
All right, May 9th.
Yes, May 9th.
Ooh.
Oh,
heavy sentencing here.
It ain't gonna be good if you just said that.
This one ain't that great, actually. I'm going to pick another one, but this one does say, Florida man sentenced to 30 months for illegally transporting an alien.
Hell no, that's the perfect one. Run that.
I mean,
what if it's a real alien?
I don't know. That would be awesome if it was a real, like an alien from outer space.
Was he talking about illegal alien?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, what's the other one you got?
Yeah, I don't think it's outer space alien. All right. Florida man pulled over with live alligator hidden in trunk.
Always an alligator.
Always. Yeah, alligators are food.
One of the two.
A Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission officer was called to a traffic stop after deputies reported a vehicle with a small alligator inside. According to an incident report, the GMC SUV was pulled over on Northeast 227 Ave in Cross City when the officer approached the driver. The driver told the officer that he caught the small alligator on a paved road and was crossing. It was crossing. The road was near the county jail. That doesn't matter.
Why not return it to where it came from or put it back in the swamp?
Yeah, and he was scared the alligator would get run over by a vehicle.
Oh.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's claiming it's a 3-foot alligator. He's claiming to have saved it just to get it out of the road, but you know he was taking it home.
Well, what do you think his purposes was for keeping the alligator? Because gator meat is good. I'm not gonna lie, tastes just like chicken.
Maybe that could be it. It says he stated that he knew he was not allowed to legally possess the alligator and claimed an understanding of the regulations. So he knew he wasn't supposed to take it, but he still took the alligator.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he claimed it. You know how it is. You get pulled over. You're like, I was just trying to do something good.
Yeah, but
no matter what you're doing, I was just trying to do something good.
So I wonder if he was gonna take it back home.
I bet. Either he wanted to raise it and just have a cool pet alligator, or
butcher it,
wanted to eat it. Yeah.
Now here's my question, because when me and you we did not a document. When we went to go see Tool, what was that called? A vlog. We vlogged when we went to go see Tool, and I actually had gator jerky.
Yeah,
it was Gator is good. Gator is good. So, is it illegal to possess gator meat?
You gotta have a license.
So, don't incriminate me here on camera now, because I had gator jerky, and I bought it from a gas station.
No, it's not illegal to sell it, as long as you have license for doing so, for raising and, butchering and selling the meat.
All right, well, Haley.A, that was your What the Florida.
Yeah.
All right, Smokey, you ready for the next one?
I am.
All right, shout out to... Denandria 919. Shout out Denandria. I hope I'm saying your name right. If I'm not pronouncing it properly, please leave it down in the comment section. Denandria 919. Her birthday is September 19th. What the Florida, Smokey? September 19th for Deandria 919.
All right. Oh, we got a naked one.
Oh, Lord. It's all food, alligators, and nudity.
Yeah. Naked Florida man starts house fire after baking cookies on a George Foreman.
With an alligator in the backyard. Go ahead.
Yeah.
See? All right, that's two. We got cookies and...
I wonder if we've covered this one before, or is this very similar to one we covered before?
Crank it up.
Firefighters and police officers in Niceville, Florida, won't soon forget the night they responded to a house fire caused by a naked man attempting to bake cookies on a George Foreman. I think we have covered this one, actually. Do you want to continue?
Yeah, I don't remember this one.
All right. Firefighters received a report of a house fire on Date Palm Drive around midnight on... So, when they arrived, an unclothed man opened the door, told firefighters, "I'm sorry," and shut the door.
What?
Police arrived a short time after, and this time the man opened up the door, left it open. Officers made their way through the house. They saw several items in the building. Authorities removed him from the home when he didn't seem to be concerned for his own safety.
Wait, the house was on fire?
I think so, yes.
While he was barbecuing?
Well, he was making cookies on the George Foreman.
Naked?
Yeah. Police said the man confessed he had drunk 2 liters of vodka.
I knew it! I knew something had to be involved.
Had been smoking the Mary Jane.
Well, that's where the hungriness comes from.
Yeah, yeah, that's why he wanted to make them cookies.
You know what, man? Did anybody get hurt?
No, he attempted to extinguish the flames by placing a towel over them. Unfortunately, he used dry towels, and they too caught fire. The man did not suffer any injuries.
You know what, brother? Enjoy your damn cookies while you're naked. If you were in the confines of your own house, who was anyone to tell you that you can't be naked and make some cookies?
But here's the problem: you don't grill cookies. You bake cookies.
You don't put cookies on a George Foreman grill. You were absolutely right. All right, you ready for the next one, Smoked Up?
Yeah.
The next one is we got Coen Zielavart 9201. You want to try to say this name? Coen Zielavart 9201.
Something like that.
Coen Zielavart 1901. 420.
Ooh, 4.
I'm sure there's gonna be some interesting one here. Shout out to Coen Zielavart 1920. 01. Thank you for sending your birthday. And let's see what the Florida.
All right. That last one should have been on 420. Florida man accused of stealing samurai sword. Truck arrested. I hate how they just put commas instead of "and" these days. Stealing a samurai sword, comma, truck arrested after leaving cell phone at the crime scene.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah, like why don't y'all use "and" anymore?
I'm curious about this samurai sword. This must have been like an old, like something that Miyamoto Musashi had.
Yeah. Started in St. Petersburg here. A Florida man who stole a victim's samurai sword, laptop, and other belongings, then drove off in the man's truck, was arrested after leaving his cell phone at the scene of the crime. The Pinellas County Sheriff's Office said a homeowner awoke at 7:45 a.m. April 20th, went into his living room and started working from home. He saw the guy standing in the kitchen. He told the homeowner to pick up a clothes hamper filled with items stolen from his home.
What?
He told the victim to load them in his truck. The man did as instructed, and then he left the victim and called authorities.
No, they were into it. They had this planned out.
So somebody comes into your house
With a stolen
and they're just down there gathering up stuff they're gonna steal, and you go down and you're like, "Who are you?" "Oh, don't worry about it. You see that hamper full of your stuff? Bring it on out to the truck."
outside.
The guy does it.
But he had the stolen samurai sword.
I guess that was what he
Man,
was
what
holding.
are y'all doing in Florida? What are y'all doing down there? Man, we love our Floridian trash talkers, but God, there's something in the water down there, man.
Yeah.
You got something else on that?
He was holding the replica samurai sword, and other hand, and the keys in his other hand. But they found the cell phone at the victim's home. Got a search warrant. Determined it was his after they found several photos and videos of him on the phone.
Listen, man.
Yeah, and the fingerprints were on the sword.
When me and Smokey went to go see Tool, it was
Yeah.
in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
We saw some interesting things. Let's just leave it at that. We saw some interesting things.
Oh, there's a lot. Yeah.
Some interesting
Been
things.
to Florida many times and
Yes,
saw
100%.
many interesting things.
100%. Real quick, I wanted to bring this comment up from Shan5.
Mm-hmm.
Shan5, I just want, because we're big 3-6 Mafia song.
Yeah.
I want to ask you this question.
Yeah.
Keep it real.
Yeah.
Is Slob on My Knob a love song? That's definitely a love song.
It's a love song.
You would agree?
Yeah.
That's all I needed to know.
Yeah,
That's all.
it absolutely is.
That's crazy. I never even thought about that, but that is technically a love song.
Yeah.
Man, shout out to Shan. Shout out to everybody who sent over your birthdays for What the Florida. Again, guys, leave your birthday, just the month and the day. Just leave it down in the comment section, and we'll read it on the next podcast on the craziest. I don't know, dude. This segment could go on forever because it seems like there's something crazy every day in Florida.
Yeah, and if we start doing days over again, there's going to be new stories.
There's going to be new. So please leave your day and the month and your day down in the comment section. Also, guys, the top 3 comments from this podcast will be read at the beginning of next podcast next week. And Smokey, you got anything else?
That's it for this week.
That's it for this week, guys. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with us this Tuesday with us on the Trash Talkers podcast. And with that being said, my name's Smokey Hollywood. 6 Bye.
I am Larry Smokey Ramirez. Calvin.
And we are
over
and
out.
Deuces.
Yeah. Go try that cookies on the George Foreman thing.
I just hope I wasn't in the wrong for keeping alligator meat.
Nah.